Imagine you're flying at 35,000 feet. Suddenly, the airplane door opens. Would everyone be sucked out instantly? Would the plane crash immediately? Or is it actually impossible for a plane door to open during flight? The answer is more surprising than you think. When an airplane flies at high altitude, the air outside is extremely thin. At 35,000 feet, the outside air pressure is so low that humans cannot breathe. So airplanes create something called cabin pressurization. This means the inside of the cabin is kept at a pressure similar to being around 6,000 to 8,000 feet above sea level. Because of this, the air inside the plane is pushing outward on the doors with tremendous force. In fact, the pressure difference can create thousands of pounds of force on the door. This is why airplane doors are designed very differently from normal doors. Most commercial aircraft use something called a plug-type door. Instead of opening outward like a normal door, it first moves inward, then slides out. Because of cabin pressure, the door is literally pushed tightly into the frame. Think of it like a cork in a bottle. The higher the pressure inside, the harder it is to remove. At cruising altitude, the force holding the door shut can be several tons. That means even if someone tried with all their strength, they would not be able to open it. Even a group of passengers pushing together would not move it. Now let's imagine an extreme scenario. Suppose the door somehow opened or the aircraft suffered a large hole. This situation is called explosive decompression. The cabin pressure would drop extremely quickly. Air inside the cabin would rush outward toward the opening. Loose objects like papers, bags, small items could be pulled toward the hole. Passengers sitting very close to the opening could be at risk. However, people across the cabin would not be sucked out like in movies. The pressure equalizes very quickly, usually within a few seconds. If decompression happens, pilots follow strict emergency procedures. First, oxygen masks automatically drop from the ceiling. Passengers must put the mask on immediately. At the same time, pilots perform an emergency descent. The aircraft quickly descends from cruising altitude to around 10,000 feet, where the air is safe to breathe. This descent can happen in just a few minutes. The plane may feel like it's diving, but it is actually a controlled maneuver. Once at a safe altitude, the flight usually diverts to the nearest airport. Yes, but it is extremely rare. Modern aircraft are designed with multiple safety systems. Doors have mechanical locks, pressure seals, warning systems in the cockpit. If a door is not properly closed, the plane cannot take off safely. Because of these systems, accidental door openings during flight are almost impossible. So despite what movies show, a plane door cannot simply open mid-flight. The pressure inside the cabin actually locks the door shut. And even in the extremely unlikely case of decompression, pilots are trained to handle it quickly and safely. Air travel remains one of the safest forms of transportation in the world.